You know, I had an amazing email that came in this week, earlier, about Monday, Tuesday, as we were preparing for all y'all to be here today. And the email went something like this. It said, JD, listen, I'm thinking about dropping out of EMA. I'm thinking about just pulling out. Now, what you need to know about this email was, it was written by a guy that just back in the summer joined our team. And you know how it feels when somebody says they're going to stop. And if you begin to feel like, well, first thing you say is, what's wrong with him? And then you immediately say, what could I have done? And actually, it should be the other way around. And I began to think this because although it wasn't my enrollee, it was certainly part of a team that we were trying to develop, and we just couldn't figure out why somebody would do this, because the rest of the story is his goal, his personal goal, as he began to map out his why, and his first 6 months in VEMA was to hit diamond. He wanted to hit diamond in 6 months. Aggressive, but legitimate. Well, the story goes like this. He hit it in 4. It's diamond in 4. Hope for 6. So he's ahead of schedule. Then we lost him off the grid. 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Never heard another word. And what was interesting about that is, as he fell off the grid, no response to email, text, phone, nothing, then I watched what was happening with his team, and they began to kind of disappear. It's almost like he went to diamond and then went to what we call management mode. When this thing that we have together, we're joined at the hip with the business, but we're joined at the heart with what works. What happened was, he began to sit back and watch other people do what he had just done, which is certainly part of the model, but not part of the program. Because we have to keep doing the things that get us where we got to get. And now, the bottom part of that email said, because his people quit. Well, if you'd seen what happened to me in the last 12 weeks, or 8 weeks, that's why I'm stopping. Everybody's quitting. So I guess I'm going to mail it in. Now here's what you need to know. His business that he had mailed in had drifted from diamond back to gold. Paid as gold. He's making over $500 a month, doing absolutely zero, based off the efforts of what he created to start the build. But what happened in there was this thing called vision. You're not getting into business for a day, or a week, or a month. You're getting into business for the rest of your life, if you choose that. So why on earth would we put an informal, inferior, or artificial timetable on what we're doing? Why would we do that? Do people show up in corporate America today, show up for that job they interview for and finally get? Do people show up and say, okay, I want my job, you get your job, and you're going to go in there because you're going to work for 1 week, and you're going to quit, work for 6 months, you're going to quit? Because you didn't get to be president of the company in 6 months, you're going to quit? Then why on earth would we do that with this business? Why do we do it? Because it's part-time? Part-time doesn't mean part-time effort and part-time vision. Part-time is just part-time. And your part-time, you got to go full-time. You got to go full-time when you're part-time. So the time you put in it, you got to give it all you got. How do you take a jet from standstill down the runway in the air at half speed? You run out of runway. You got to floor it, you got to get it up, and then you back off, and it cruises. Based on the fact that you rolled it, and then you got it flying. Now listen, $500 a month, it ain't going to change everybody's life, but it'll change some people's lives. And oh, by the way, for you people that don't know, $500 a month, you know what that's worth? Do you know what $500 a month for the rest of your life is worth? Think about this. $500 a month is the same thing as $6,000 per year. 12 months, 12 times 500, $6,000. 6 grand is 6 grand. Well, check this out. You know how much money you have to make just to have a $500 check or a 6 grand check per year come into your account? Well, here's what it needs to be. $200,000 in a bank account paying you 3%. Like you get maybe in some kind of long-term CD or something like that. $200,000 in a bank account paying you 3%. That's $500 a month. Now here's your choice. A, pay attention, join us at the arms, follow the system, plug in, and do a little bit of effort and a lot of encouraging and build a business that you start for $500 affiliate pack. Or go out here after we get break for lunch, find an extra 200 grand laying around somewhere, and just drop it in an account. Which one's more realistic? Which one's easier? Do you understand the value of what you have? And some people have the audacity to say, well, JD, this is just too hard. I can't, it's too hard. This is too hard. No. You know what hard is? Let me explain to you what is hard. 7 years ago, Ronnie and I started a Vima business. And if you had been where we were, sitting in an office, like Billy McSwain was that day, when he came to office and we showed him what we were getting ready to go do, this is hard. Because this is Vima in 2005. And the box didn't even look this good. And when you got your box, you would open the box, and that would become your handy-dandy little carrying case. This is Vima. Okay? I know you guys are looking at me like rednecks at the opera. What is that? Well, here's what that was, okay? Here was your mangosteen and your vitamins. Here was your essential minerals. Here was, if they didn't forget to send it to you, was your little shot glass. Here's how the sample works. Half a shot of this, half a shot of this. It's got to be cold. Taste that. That was Vima. Where was Verve? Non-existent. Where was Body? Non-existent. Where was Next? Non-existent. Where was T? Non-existent. Where was Mojo? Non-existent. It was half of this, half of this. Taste that. What is it? Well, it's 12 vitamins, 65 minerals, antioxidants, green tea, and aloe, and it's going to make you feel great. We'll make $1 million. Want to do it? That's what's Vima. Now, how dare anybody say, it's too hard. I don't want to hear it. But here's the point. Here's the point. See all that googly gog? And you couldn't carry it around in your purse or your backpack and flip one to somebody, pop the can open, be cool. There wasn't a cool video. There was nothing. You know what was there? A dream, a vision, an amazing product, a chance to make somebody feel better physically and then give them hope financially. Because it worked. It was ugly. It was not efficient. But guess what it was? It was something that worked. Because it gave people hope. So as you go out today, you begin to think, well, wait a minute. We don't really have it that bad, do we? BK's kind of taking care of us. Mark Patterson's kind of taking care of us. Everybody's kind of taking care of us. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to quit being scared. We're going to quit being embarrassed. We're going to quit apologizing for the greatest product on the face of the earth when it comes to liquid nutrition that you never found. Is this working, guys? What if I work it? Okay. Here's what we're going to do. There's no question in the world today that what we have at Vima is no longer on trial when it comes to product. These products are on trial. There's no question about the efficacy of Vima, how well it works. You hear stories, you've heard Denise's story, you've heard many stories all over the world. There's no question about what we have and does it work and is it real. We know it's real. Does anybody have a question about the product in here? Anybody at all? Because if you do, we'll take you out back and have a little private session with you, but there's no question. Because see, there's all kinds of evidence everywhere and we know. We're no longer skeptical about what we know about, right? But what are we skeptical about? It's not what we have or what we do, it's how we talk about what we do. We spend all this time defending the ghost, the pyramid ghost. Oh, it's one of those things. Ooh. We defend that. We won't even tell somebody because we're scared they're going to think that. What did we learn today about what people think about you? What did we learn about that? But we do it anyway. Way down deep in places you don't talk about much. In your gut, you know. Ooh, I don't know. He might judge me. Oh, I don't know. He might think, well, who cares? But you see, we're listening. The company, the entire industry is watching because what is getting ready to happen is a change now. You get to talk about your business, and this is exactly what I mean. What we're going to do is we're going to take a page right out of the #1 retailer on the internet today. It's called Amazon.com. Just think about this. Go with me on this. Borrow this. Use it and leverage your life with this amazing product and everything related to it. That is Amazon.com's page when you open it up, Amazon.com. Now, what is Amazon.com? It's a shopping cart. books, tapes, videos, socks, shoes, whatever you want. You go on their site. You simply pick your product. You simply place your order, and guess what happens then? They drop the product off at your door. That's what happens with Amazon.com. Anybody ever order off of that? Anybody know somebody ordered off of that? That's why they sell gazillion dollars in the world. What do they make, by the way? What does Amazon make?
Nothing.
No, wrong. They make money. Amazon makes all this money, and they don't manufacture a daggone thing. Now think about that. And we apologize. Now watch this. What is that? That is your Vima website. Now it's not my mug. That's Ronnie. You got to put her up there. You got to put your better 2/3 up there in the picture. But that's your Vima website. Now what do you have there? A big shopping cart. Right on the left, it says in a big green button, Shop Now. Shop now. For what? Amazing liquid nutrition, energy, weight loss. Shop now. Place an order. Open an account. Now what's all that got to do with, I want to put you in, I want to sign you up, let me stick you here, put you there? Nothing. Because nothing happens until a product is ordered. Nothing. We are Amazon.com of nutrition. That's what we are. And that's how it needs to be explained. Because guess what happens when you place that order? Just like Amazon, you get an account. You place an order with Vima, you get an account. Place an order with Amazon, you get an account. Why do you get an account? Because later you might want to come back and do what? Order again. Except what Vima does is they make it easy for you. You can have it automatically order again if you want to. Called auto delivery. So what is the difference so far? Nothing. Then why don't we explain it that way? Why don't we just show people? Because here's something else you might not know. If you go to the bottom of the Amazon.com site, you can't see on this slide, but that second group of columns of words over, in the orange letters, you know what it says? It says, make money with us. Amazon.com says that. Right on their site. They're pretty bold, aren't they? We don't even put it on our site. We're over here in the corner. Make money with us. How do you do that? 2 letters down it says, become an affiliate. Huh. I can become an affiliate with Amazon? Really? How do I do that? Oh, you simply tell somebody, if they go to Amazon and order, Amazon pays you up to 10%. Up to 10% for simply advertising their site. Think about that. But guess what happens with Vima? When you join now for free. I don't have the slide up there. At the bottom, right here it is. Start your business. Become an affiliate with Vima. Open an account for free. So what on earth is the difference? It's no longer what we do. It's simply how we let people know what we do that matters. And so the question is, how are you going to let people know what you do? Are you going to try to explain it? We know what happens if you do that with the old sample. If I try to tell you what Vima tastes like, what do? You turn your nose up. Sounds pretty gross. No thanks, I'm good. But if I let you taste Vima, taste Fur, taste the body shape, taste the tea, taste the mojo, which we'll get to do here, not today, but soon. Okay? That was a psych. I just see if you're listening. Okay. But when people taste our product, guess what they do? They get excited. You know why? Because they've just had an experience. And when people have experience, skepticism leaves their body. Well, when people have an experience with the business, they get a check. They earn a bonus. They get a fast start. They get an experience. It leaves their body. Well, until they have that experience, we have to stop telling them what we do and show them what we do. Because, oh, by the way, guess what Vima makes? Everything we sell. So let's be the Amazon nutrition business. Let's take what we have, take the message to the street, don't apologize, elevate someone's education, transform their brain, and transform your business. And in doing so, you will transform the life of you, your family, and someone that you know, love, and care about. And oh, by the way, if you need help along the way, you call us, because we're all in it together. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate your time.